Hello students, good morning to all. So in this video we'll be starting with the halides of group 16 elements. The halides of group 16 elements, there are numerous halides of group 16 elements and the halides which are formed with oxygen and fluorine. Those are called as fluorides, and the other halides, or we can say the other compounds of oxygen with other halogens other than fluorine, are called as oxide. This is because fluorine is more electronegative in comparison to oxygen, but oxygen is the second most electronegative element. So whenever there are compounds of oxygen and fluorine, those are called as fluorides, while for the other group 16 elements, the compounds, while for the other halogens, the compounds with other halogens of oxygen are called as oxides, and rest of the compounds are called as halides only. So this is an interesting point while naming these compounds. Now we'll be starting with the monohalides. So the monohalides are uh, these exist these are having the general formula of, we can say, mx, where x is the halogen and m is the group 16 element, but they exist in the form of dimer. They exist in dimeric form. Examples are S2F2. Sulfur forms mostly monohalides like S2F2, S2Cl2, S2Br2. If these are having different colors, there is a change of property. Dibromide of selenium is also, sorry, bromide of selenium also exists, where selenium is in +1 oxidation state, that is Se2Br2, which also exists as dimer. So S2F2 is colorless here. As we move down the group, color becomes in more and more intense. That S2F2 is colorless, S2Cl2 is yellow in color, while S2Br2 is red in color. These are the changes which are being observed in the melting points and the boiling point of these halides. So monohalides are generally prepared by the direct combination of the group 16 element plus the corresponding halogen. Here we have shown the direct combination of sulfur and chlorine to give S2Cl2. But for fluorides, the reaction doesn't stop there, and we get corresponding tetrafluoride or hexafluoride if we try to combine them directly. So for fluorides, we have a separate reaction. This is a synthesis for the monohalide of fluorine, that is SF, where AgF it is reacted with sulfur to give Ag2S and S2F2. Coming to the chemical properties, as the monohalide of sulfur, that is monofluoride of sulfur, is the most important, so we are discussing only that. This is the preparation for monofluoride of sulfur. These are the chemical properties. Monofluoride of sulfur, when hydrolyzed, it gives us hydroacid, corresponding hydroacid, that is HF. With H2S, it gives us polysulfides, which is, this is an important reaction from the point of view of the synthesis of polysulfides, that is we get H2S2. The structure of S2Cl2 is very much similar with H2O2, so it is having skew structure. Now coming to the dihalides, this is all about the monohalides. Next are the dihalides. All group 16 elements form dihalides except for selenium. Diiodides are not stable. Diiodides are not stable for any of the group 16 elements due to the bigger size of iodine. SCl2, that is dichloride of sulfur, is the most common dihalide out of the group 16 elements. So we'll be discussing its preparation and properties. It is prepared by the saturation of SCl2, that is S2Cl2 actually. This is wrong here, written here. It should be 2. It is S2Cl2 monochloride of sulfur, and is reacted with, when it is saturated with chlorine gas, we get dihalide of sulfur. Coming to the properties, it is a red liquid. It is unstable, so it disproportionates back to chlorine gas and S2Cl2, that is monohalide of sulfur and chlorine gas. It readily oxidizes to SOCl2 when it is oxidized, that is, it is reacted with oxygen. It gives us SOCl2, that is oxychloride of sulfur. It can undergo addition reactions with alkenes. So this is the ethene molecule. When it is reacted with dichloride of sulfur, what we get is the addition product. Here is the structure where sulfur is having 2 lone pairs and 2 bond pairs. So the structure and hybridizations are very important. I have already mentioned to you. For halides also, these are very important. So you should know the hybridization, shape, geometry, number of lone pairs, bond angle, etc. for all these molecules which we are discussing. Next are the tetrahalides. Tetrafluorides are mostly common due to the small size of fluorine. All the group 16 elements generally form tetrafluorides. It cannot be prepared, if we talk about the fluoride, it cannot be prepared by the direct combination of fluorine, as reaction cannot be controlled at tetrahalide stage, but it will go further to hexahalide stage due to high reactivity of fluorine. So for fluorine, the reaction which is adopted is that or from the dichloride of sulfur or sulfur from elemental sulfur, it is reacted with cobalt fluoride to get SF4, or dichloride of sulfur is reacted with sodium chloride to give SF4. So this is an important reaction for the synthesis of SF4, that only this tetrafluoride is there which cannot be prepared directly. Coming to the properties, it is colorless gas, it is easily hydrolyzed, and it is hydrolyzed to give SOF2. It hydrolyzes to give oxyfluoride, that is SOF2. It acts as Lewis acid, that it combines with halogens to give SF6, as it is very eager to get converted to sulfur, is very prone to undergo oxidation, so it combines with fluorine gas to give SF6. Oxidation with oxygen will convert it to SOF4, where sulfur is in +6 oxidation state. Now coming to the structure, it is sp3 dehybridization. It is having hybridization of structure is geometry is TBP, that is trigonal bipyramidal with seesaw shaped molecule with 1 lone pair. Next tetrachloride is SCl4. All tetrachlorides can be prepared by direct combination except for SF4. The reason for which we have already discussed, due to the high reactivity of fluorine, the reaction cannot be stopped at tetrahalide stage, but it will go further to hexahalide stage. So we adopt different reaction procedure for the preparation of SF4, which I have discussed from silver fluoride, and the other reaction is also there. Now coming to the pentahalide, only one pentahalide for group 16 elements is known so far, that which exists in the form of dimer, that is S2F10, which is a dimer of SF5. This is synthesized from the hexahalide of sulfur, where one is fluorine and other halogens are fluorine. These are undergo photolytic reduction in the presence of hydrogen and light to give us S2F10, that is pentahalide of sulfur. Here it should be 10, not 5. So it is S2F10. It is not that stable molecule. It disproportionates at 150 degrees Celsius to give SF4 and SF6. It reacts with chlorine and bromine to give SClF5, SBrF5. These are the reactions which it undergoes. This is the structure of SF5, where 2 SF5 units are joined through sulfur atoms having octahedral geometry. Next are the hexahalides. Only hexafluorides are stable out of the group 16 elements, and as we move down the group, the reactivity of hexafluorides increases as SF6 is almost inert, so it is most stable hexafluoride of sulfur, as sulfur is in its +6 oxidation state, and hexafluoride of sulfur is called as inert molecule. because reactivity is very low in comparison to other hexafluorides. SeF6 reactivity increases further, and for TeF6 it undergoes rapid hydrolysis in comparison to SF6, which doesn't get hydrolyzed at all. So it undergoes hydrolysis to give this telluric acid, which is having octahedral structure, that is TeOH6. This SF6 molecule can be prepared via the direct combination of fluorine and sulfur to give SF6, as here we do not need to stop the reaction anywhere in between. This is the last step. This cannot, the number of fluorines cannot increase further, as sulfur is in its highest oxidation state here. So this is the most stable SF hexahalide of sulfur. This is colorless, tasteless, and odorless gas. And as we move down the group, the size of halogen is increasing. So the tendency of group 16 elements to form higher halides decreases due to increase in the size of the halogen. So this is all about the halides of group 16 elements, and we are done with group 16 complete. We have completed the group 16 elements P block out of the P block. Next we will be starting with group 17 elements, that is halogens. So that is it for this video. All the best to you. Next thing is that we'll be doing an assignment out of group 16 elements of P block. That is it for today. Thank you.